Have you found yourself just about to drift off to sleep when a snoring husband wakes you up? Not only that, you are woken up with adrenaline flowing through your body, with palpitations and a sense of dread, and you are wondering, how will I ever get past this? If this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. This is exactly what has been happening to Allison. In this episode of Minding the Comments, we will understand the situation, what's really going on, and see how you and Allison can arrive at a place of peaceful sleep and peace of mind. Welcome again to Mind in the Comments. And as I stated in the intro there, we will look at a comment from Allison and see how her struggle actually leads to a deep understanding of insomnia and other inner struggles. And we're going to get hopefully really practical here in a way that will be really helpful to you. So, without further ado, let's look at this comment from Allison that came in just 17 hours ago, as of today, as of this recording. And in this comment, Allison says the following: My hubby snores. Much of the time, I'll almost be asleep next to him when he snores and wakes me up. Adrenaline pumping. Then I really can't go to sleep. I don't see how I can deal with it at all. So many sleepless nights. We sense in this comment the frustration and the almost kind of sense of hopelessness in terms of like not seeing a path through this. But Alison, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you commented and that we get a chance to learn here in again in a way that I think will be really helpful. So as I was reading this, there were like these two words that to me were a key insight, really, really helpfully worded by Allison. And that to me were the words adrenaline pumping. Allison notes that not only is she woken up by the snoring, but woken up with this adrenaline pumping, or maybe I shouldn't even say woken up, just kind of like about to fall asleep and then alerted by the snoring. And again, the adrenaline is pumping. And here's the thing, and here's why I think this is an insight. If you take, let's say a bunch of random people and you expose them to snoring and you see how they react, many will probably say that this was annoying, this kind of bothered me. But what you will not hear is someone saying like, oh my gosh, when I heard the snoring and when it alerted me, I felt this sense of dread, like the world was coming to an end, like I had no idea how to react to this. I was like full of fear. And why is this? Well, this is because snoring by itself doesn't automatically lead to us feeling scared. No, what leads to that adrenaline starting is our brain. You're thinking that we are in danger. So again, our brain thinking that there's some danger present, that leads to a fear response. That's a safety thing. Our brain wants us to feel like really threatened, right? When it thinks there is some danger around us. So the kind of question then becomes, okay, so why is it that for me, and imagine that we are Allison now. Allison may say, why is it that for me, when my husband's snoring alerts me, I feel this dread and this adrenaline pumping through my body? Well, this now takes us to the true source of the fear, which is actually wakefulness. Insomnia happens when our brain has gotten confused. It has started to think that being awake at night is not only something that we may not want, but it is dangerous. It's a threat. It's something that shouldn't be happening. It's bad. It means something is wrong with us. This is the confusion in our brain when it starts to treat wakefulness, which is a completely safe mind state, as a danger, right? Very, very common confusion. But this is the reason. So when snoring alerts us, it's not the snoring that scares us. It's the fact that we think, oh no, now I'm not going to sleep. And which is the same thing as saying like, oh no, wakefulness is going to come now. Wakefulness is going to come and attack me, something like that. And seeing this can be really helpful because it takes us to the true level of the struggle, which we'll explore more. But this now takes us actually to a very, I think, helpful and interesting place. And I just said that the true source of this reaction is a fear of wakefulness, but we can go actually even deeper. The even truer source, if you will, of this fear is fear. And what do I mean by this? Well, where does the wakefulness that we have when we have insomnia come from? It's part of the fear response. It's part of us, it being in a fight or flight situation, or a perceived, fight or flight situation, you know, that makes us alert, vigilant, and that's, it's part of the safety thing, right? So the wakefulness with insomnia comes from fear, and so what we're really scared of is is a manifestation of fear. And the same thing with the adrenaline pumping through our body, palpitations, things of that nature. That is a fear response. So when we're kind of scared, like Allison didn't really say this, but the way the comment was worded, we can sense that there's sort of a fear of the adrenaline pumping, that this was something that, Allison really didn't want to happen, right? This is another example of fear, because the adrenaline is just one way we experience fear, right? So at the core of all these inner struggles, like anxiety struggles, insomnia struggles, they boil down to a fear of fear. Now, why am I choosing to go into like this kind of deep level of understanding when it's a pretty straightforward question about snoring? I think it is really, really helpful, because when we see that, we're scared of being scared, we can truly see that there's nothing to be scared about. Like, it's just this confusion. But on a more practical note, we can see that it's not about the snoring, but rather it's about how we relate to our inner experiences. And why did I say that leads to kind of a, some practical outcome for us? Well, here's the thing. If we think that snoring is the issue, snoring is the thing we have to deal with, then it leads us to think about, like, oh, should I sleep in a different bedroom? Should I wear earplugs? Should I do this and that? And we think we just have to block out the snoring sound, and then, all will be good. But in reality, this is not the case, because what we're truly trying to escape is fear. And fear is not something we can block out with earplugs or things like that. In fact, oftentimes when people, are quote unquote successful with blocking out sound, then what happens is they're like, okay, I don't hear that anymore. But what if it comes back stronger? What if I can't use this thing I do to block out the snoring? So again, the fear doesn't go away even if we don't hear snoring. And Allison actually has, there's something else that's really helpful in Allison's comment, and that's seeing that Allison says that much of the time that snoring alerts me, but it's not all the time, which again shows us that it is actually not about the snoring, because sometimes the snoring is present, but Allison does not have this alerting experience, or the adrenaline pumping, etc. Right? So again, it's not about the snoring; it's about our inner experiences, and that then takes us to, again, what I think is, this is a little fuzzier, but it's also, I think, in the practical realm, which is answering the question, okay, when we see this, we see that we're scared of being awake, we're scared of being scared, really. What do we do? Well, we can see that anything we do that is the opposite of trying to escape is really, really helpful. So when we are sensing this adrenaline, or when we are, having this racing thoughts, or we're wondering like what's going to happen in the future, we can just see that for what it is. It's just manifestations of fear, and we can be like, I don't need to do anything about this. I can allow the adrenaline to pulse through my body. I can allow thoughts to happen. I can allow myself to feel scared. I can be with this. And essentially what we're doing at that moment is we're teaching our brain that we don't have to be scared of being scared. We don't have to be scared of being awake. We don't have to be scared of being alerted. There's really nothing we need to be scared of. And when that happens, when we're no longer scared of our thoughts, our emotions, or our inner experiences, snoring can still be annoying, but it will not keep us from living a free and blissful life and having peaceful sleep. So, yes, Allison, I hope this was really helpful to you, and of course, to anyone else in our community who has faced a similar situation. I want to thank Allison for this comment. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you really soon. We'll end here for today. Bye for now. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Remember, your brain is not broken. You have not lost your ability to sleep, and you have a lifetime of peaceful sleep to look forward to. And I can't wait to help you get there. Bye for now.